Hey, Dash over here. So anyway, I feel like I'm just sitting with friends, right? We're just all hanging out and I know all y'all. So this is going to be fun. So yeah, Amber had asked me to hop on here a while back, and then I forgot it was indigenous, wait, well, how do you even say that word? What is today? Indigenous Peoples Day. Okay, it used to be Columbus Day, and we all just know it's a kids day out of school day, right? Like it's our fair day, right? So it's been a fun, crazy, busy day, but gosh, our weather is beautiful and we're ready for it to cool off a little bit. But yeah, so Sunday and I went to church together.
Oh man, smoked you, dude. Oh, Davis, you can't go down.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna mute everyone and then I'm gonna ask you unmute Alicia. Hang on 1 second.
Oh, that was fun.
Well, you're good. Everybody else is
Okay.
muted. You're
Everybody,
good.
yeah. And they went away. I don't know what that was. But okay, so anyway, so yeah, so Cindy and Beth and I were all in a supper club, like young marrieds group together at church when we met. And God has a way of putting people in your life that He knows He wants you to be connected to for a long time. And we didn't know at the time because we all ended up leaving that church, going our different ways. But good old Facebook, brings you back together with old friends. And so, um, let me tell you this, and a lot of you probably don't know that I should not be on this team. I should not be under Beth. I actually, back when, so I have back up a little bit more. I have four girls, and my first two girls are infertility babies. Our third was oh my gosh, we didn't have to do fertility, and then my fourth was oh my gosh, I thought we were done, baby. So we have a bonus baby. And I had her right at 40. So right before I turned 40. So I can still say I was in my 30s, but barely. But so I tell you, that fourth baby was a lot harder to lose the baby weight, right? And it was just all the things. I was tireder. I was looking for an answer. I was home with the girls. I had been in corporate America before and after I had my third, decided to stay home. We did whatever we could to make ends meet. I sold things on Facebook, y'all, to pay for my welcome pack to join. Okay, so that's what I did. I sold my girls old outgrown clothes or toys on Facebook, and that's how I got the money to join. So people tell you they can't afford it, say, hey, there's a will, there's a way. But so I had Sinclair. She was little. I was still nursing her, and a friend of mine, again, that had gone to our church with us, had posted about Plexus on Facebook, and so I reached out to her and I said, "What is this that you're doing?" And she said, "Here's my website. Go check it out." And y'all, that was the extent of her telling me about Plexus. That was it. Go to my website. So I pulled up her website. None of it made sense to me. I was like, okay, so there's a pink drink. There's what else? All this stuff. Well, I'm nursing anyway. Forget it. I'm just not even going to do it. She never followed up. She never even really posted about it again. The rest of her posts were about something else, like she was making t-shirts or something. So it's like, oh, that means, okay, because we all assume that means she's not doing it anymore. That means that Plexus stuff didn't really work, right? Fast forward 9 months. So I hadn't seen anything about Plexus for 9 more months. By that time, I was done nursing. Sinclair was like 14 months old, 15 months old, something like that. And another friend, Beth, who y'all all know, posted about Plexus. Well, it was familiar to me because I had seen another friend post about it. I was interested in it because I was like, oh, well, friends are doing this and they're talking about it. It must be legit. But, I'll just ask her and see what she says. Hey, Beth, what's this stuff y'all are doing? And she was really telling about her husband. If y'all heard her story, like Scott was the one that was doing really well at first. Anyway, she goes, well, I'm going to be at Target later. I'll bring you by a sample. So because she followed up, because she brought me that sample, the rest is history. And I think I was her second person she had signed up. She had signed up her brother and then me, and I think a neighbor after me. But but y'all, can you even imagine if my first friend if I had signed it, I would not be on this same team. Who knows if I'd even still be doing it. I feel like God puts people in your path and he shows you the way. He brings people to you that need plexus, right? We all have somebody that we've talked to about plexus that it has probably changed their life in some way, or it could, right? Maybe they haven't jumped on board yet, but it could change their life. So just know that people come into your life for a reason, and following up could make all the difference. Because I tell you what, if had I not said yes, Beth wouldn't be where she is probably by now, because who knows if she had gone as fast on her journey, if I hadn't gone as fast on my journey. When I realized I didn't need my Diet Coke anymore, I wasn't having the cramps from the PCOS pain anymore. I was feeling so much better, and I didn't need naps. I was actually able to do stuff instead of napping with Sinclair in the afternoon. And I was like, what is this magic stuff? I got to tell everybody. Like, I was wanting to run up on a mountaintop. I like had pictures in my head of me on this mountaintop. Y'all gotta try Plexus. It's the best thing ever. So because of that and that passion and that, just drive to tell everybody about it, we grew fast. We didn't stop. I remember y'all remember when there were those, because I was in all the parenting forums. Remember we had those back in the day? Instead of like social media, we had like parenting forums that we really like found all our information and people that we, had stuff in common with. There wasn't Facebook groups really. Maybe there probably were, but they were new. Anyway, I got on this forum for PCOS, and I start telling these girls, y'all, I have found what we all need. This is the bomb.com. You have got to look into this plexus stuff, because my periods are coming every 28 days. I am not, dying from these cystic cramps. I can walk without pain. Y'all, sometimes I would have cystic pain that every left step I would take, it would hurt. It would be like, ouch, ouch. And so I was like, I have figured it out. This is what we all need. And they were mean. People, not everybody wants to know what you have. They don't believe you. A couple people were like, okay, what is it? Tell me about it. Oh, well, I don't really actually want to do it. Okay, you're not my people then, because I got to tell people that know me and trust me. And so that was where the telling people on Facebook, because I thought, oh, I'll just tell these people over here and they're all going to join me and it's going to be great. And then they hurt my feelings by saying that I was making it up. Oh, and Alicia McKee, that sounds like a fake name too. Oh, like, what? It's my name. Anyway, so that's how I decided to start sharing on Facebook. And it just grew, and it's been an amazing journey. It's been 10 and a half years. I never, ever, ever want to go back to corporate America, where I am competing with people on jobs and then think that I have it. And then somebody comes in and swoops in and undercuts me and I lose it. And there goes my big commission check. And it was like that all the time. I would wine and dine people, take them out and all this. And anyway, it was so stressful. And now what is our stress? Getting told no. Who cares? I get told no about trying plexus all day long. And I know that there's somebody else out there that wants it. Right. So I just want to encourage you too, if you're not getting told no, you should go for no 3 times a day. Try to get somebody to tell you no 3 times a day. And that if you're not telling people or doing the ask, asking people if they want to try it or if they've ever heard of it, and you're not getting told no 3 times a day, are you really working your business? Right? So sometimes we get caught up in scrolling, or I'm just going to do a Facebook post. That's not working your business. You want to make sure that you're doing the activity that it takes to work your business. Now, I just got back from Gold School in Austin, and I see Tracy's on here. She was there, and Babette was there. And we had a blast. First of all, we had so much fun. It was the biggest Gold School ever. And we learned so much. They poured into us. One of my goals told me, she goes, I felt heard. As a gold, it meant a lot to me just to feel like corporate sees me. They paid for a really nice lunch. They had breakfast for us. They had pretty much dinner afterwards at the reception. We all know with Plexus, a reception means dinner. Like we just know that. At any of our events, just know reception means dinner. You don't need to eat after that. But anyway, they just poured into us. They talked about the winning day. If you don't know about the winning day, and you're wondering, here's the thing: people get stuck if they, because I know a lot of y'all have been around here for a while. Y'all have been in Plexus for a long time. And the thing is that that you can say, okay, well, I'm going to work my business today, and you sit down and you're like, okay, now what do I do? You're like, what is the first thing? What am I even going to do to work my business? And you get stuck, and you're like, I just need somebody to tell me the steps. What do I need to do? Anytime you get in that rut, y'all just pull out the winning day, and it will tell you what to do. It will tell you this, how much time to spend on each step. It will tell you, what to do next. And it's a good 2 hours of work. If you don't have 2 hours to work, is it 2 or 3 hours? Anyway, it's something like that, 2 or 3 hours. And if you don't have that much time, then you cut the time in half. Like if they say spend 15 minutes on this, spend 7 minutes on that. If they spend 60 minutes on this, spend 30 minutes on that, if you don't have enough time. But if you are doing that daily, you will get your 3 no's a day. You will get a yes or 2 a week. Just think about it. If you're getting 3 no's a day and you're getting a yes or 2 a week, that means you're signing somebody new 1 or 2 times a week. That's either 4 or 8 people a month. Okay. That is the odds. You get 3 no's a day, you're going to get a yes or 2 a week if you're doing that every day. Okay. That's really good odds. So if that is your goal, and that's what you're going to get. Okay. So we're all going to nod. We're all going to get 3 no's a day. We're going to try to, that's good. That's what we're going to work up to. But yeah, so, oh my gosh, there he is. I just saw baby Jack. Oh my gosh, he looks like he just got a bath or something, or he's about to, maybe. Or maybe he just wanted to go.
He's about to. We just got to the hotel, so he's about to. Yeah.
Oh,
sorry, didn't mean to interrupt with cuteness.
No, is he being a good traveler?
He's a great traveler. We are so thankful.
Well, good.
We are so thankful.
I just love all the pictures.
Hey,
hi, Jack. We love you.
Anyway, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, so let's talk about the cruise. Are any of you going on the cruise? Raise your hand. Or yeah, Jada's going on the cruise. I know there is a Facebook group for people going on the cruise from corporate, so make sure that y'all know about that. And Ashley's going on the cruise. Yes. So if you aren't going on the cruise and you're thinking, God, I missed the cruise, this is the first time in Plexus history that we have 2 leaders retreats back to back. Insane, crazy, generous. I was like, Jean, are you sure? Like, don't get fired now. You just got here. Like, come on. Like, are we sure we can do this? He's like, yes, we need to do this. We're going to do it. And because they wanted to move the date to February. So because of that, he's like, why do we need to wait another year? I'm like, let's do it, And I love it because guess what? People who maybe didn't earn the cruise are on fire. They're like, I am earning this other trip, this Punta Cana trip. Because y'all realize that beach is like in the top 10 beaches of the world. Like, this is going to be all inclusive. Like, you get there, it's just like on the cruise where you're not really paying for all your food and stuff. So beautiful, beautiful place. So work hard for that, definitely. And if you're confused about it, I don't even know how to get what you need to do, you need to not be scared of your back office, and you need to go on there, get on your home screen page, like on your dashboard page, scroll down, and you can actually pull up everything you need to know about this contest. You can pull up how many credits I can get for what, how many credits do I need to earn the trip, what about all the other things. It will break it down for you, and then it will also show you what you've earned. Okay, so if you're curious, you're like, well, gosh, I don't even know if this is even attainable. Don't wait till the last month of the contest, y'all, because it might be too late, and you might be having to like kill yourself working hard because you're like, oh my gosh, I am in arm's reach, but I didn't work on it the first couple of months. So you definitely want to work on it now. Work on it now and earn it. And then guess what? You can have the option to say, yes, I'm going, or no, I'm not going. But if you do it and you earn it, I'm telling you, you will either have promoted, you will have increased your points, you will have changed a lot of lives, right? Like, even if you don't earn the actual trip, the work that is leading up to the trip is going to help your business. It's going to help you grow. So definitely make that a priority. And if you are working towards it, let me see your nods or your hands. I want to see this. Yeah, so good. All right. Well, that's exciting. Okay. Do y'all have any questions for me, or what else can we chat about since we're just sitting here with friends chatting?
Yeah, I'd love to know what questions you guys have for Alicia. It can be anything business related. What questions do you have for her? Don't be shy. Anybody got one?
I like that you specified business related. We can't just ask her anything.
I mean, you
But
can ask her
You can ask
anything.
me.
It's up to Alicia if she
Alicia.
wants to answer.
Alicia,
Right.
talk to those of us a little bit, those of us that have been around the block for a while. I know you said 10 and a half years. I'm coming up on 10 years, and I see a lot of other people on here who've been around for a while, and they're just not seeing the work they're doing reflected yet in their back office. Just talk a little bit about that and where to go from there.
Here's the thing, and even just like looking around the room at Gold School and just talking to some different people and realizing that success is different for everybody. You know, somebody said one person's success might be, well, I'm not going to be successful until I reach diamond. Somebody else's success is, I'm not going to be successful until I can pay for my car payment. Another person's going to be, I want to have a group of friends. I want to have community and friends and be able to have fun with some like-minded people. And that means success to them, right? So I don't ever want everybody to think that you have to have the same goals as everybody else to be successful in this business. But I understand that sometimes it may take a little bit longer to reach your goals. So I want you to, if you are in that bucket and you're like, why am I not seeing growth? Why am I not seeing promotions? And why are my points not going up? Can you promise me that you will ask your upline that brought you into this business, if they're still working the business, ask them to give you honest advice and then take it to heart? Because a lot of times we don't want to hear the truth. We don't want to hear what somebody else has to say. And Jana and Amber and I, we have seen a lot of people maybe make the same mistakes over and over and over. And maybe you just need some tweaking on how you're posting. Maybe you just need some tweaking on your responses to people. Maybe we got to remember that we are in an attraction marketing business. So if somebody is looking at your page, your Facebook page, your Instagram page, somebody meets you in person, if they don't see something in you that they want in them, do you think they're going to join you? You got to at least show them some joy. You got to show them that you're having some fun. You got to show them that you love what you're doing and your products that you're taking. Because if they're not seeing that joy in you, they're not going to want to join you. It's attraction marketing, right? They're going to say, oh, Babette has such a great smile. Looks like she's always having fun with her friends. Like, I want some of that, and we do these coffee chats every Friday now, and it's whoever wants to come. We don't even say we call it a plexus coffee chat, but we're like, we talk about all kinds of things. And so getting friends to come that maybe don't have other friends to hang out with on Friday mornings, or that's when we do it. But in your area, wherever you live, if coffee chat works for you, great. Maybe it's an end of the day coffee chat. And I say coffee chat because we meet at a coffee place, just because it's easier to get people to go to somewhere that's like public than say come to my house, right? And then nobody has to clean their house. Like Or make sure their dogs are put up or their kids are in bed. We don't have to worry about any of that. We just say, hey, meet me at this coffee place. We're just going to chat and have some coffee. And if people start coming and they start bringing their friends and they start, bringing samples and they start sharing the community, that attraction is going to bring them in. Right. So maybe start something like that in your area. Work the winning day. Get with your upline and say, hey, will you look at my feed? Will you look at my social media and tell me if you have any suggestions for me? Also, every Thursday we get an email from Plexus and it is on the leaderboard. And so every Thursday, go back to your Thursday. I'm sure you've got it in your emails. And you can pull up that leaderboard and you can pull up the weekly leaders and you can see who's getting the most new VIPs, who's getting the most brand ambassador conversions, who's getting the most business building bonuses. Look at those people on those lists and maybe go look at their wall. See what they're doing that's different. See what they're doing to give you some ideas on how to post. And I'm not saying copy them because you want everything that you are bringing into people to be you, right? So it needs to be you and your voice and all that, but you can see what they're doing and you can see if maybe that might give you some ideas on things to do a little bit differently. But don't panic if you're not where you need to be, because we have got a lot of great things coming, and something maybe that we have coming may be exactly what your audience is looking for. So
I love that. And also, I just, I think to piggyback on that, Alicia, I think so many times people quit right before the breakthrough happens. And I saw that happen this week with a gal on my team who literally, last week we had a coaching call, and I mean, I had to really coach her through a lot of negativity. And, I kept telling her, we just got to find your worker. We got to find your worker. Literally like 2 days later, a girl joined her, and that girl has now added like 6 people. And so, your breakthrough and your person may just be the next person that you sign up. And so many times I think we give up too soon, and we don't encourage our people to keep going, to keep pressing forward. And that breakthrough might be right around the corner. Something I thought of, Alicia, something that I love about you is, and I'm just curious if you could touch on this. Maybe this is a way you've always been, or maybe it's a skill that you've learned, but you are just great. Like I know, like when we're just, like in Mexico or wherever, you're great at just talking to people. You're great at just striking up conversation and making it feel normal and not awkward. And I know a lot of us struggle with that. And so, and that's such a great skill to have in the business that we're in, right? Because we're always meeting new people and we want to be able to connect with them. So is that a skill that you have taught yourself, or do you feel like that is something, just a trait you've always had?
I think it is a learned thing. I think I'm a little bit more confident talking to people now that I don't know. I mean, is that what you mean? Like just striking up a conversation, or even like people I know that I haven't seen in a long, long time or something?
Yeah, but I mean, all of the above, and
Okay.
even just talking to them, having the conversation casually turn into Plexus and talking about Plexus. So many of us, that's when we freeze, right? Like when that moment comes up, and we're like, this is my moment. Like maybe they're even asking me, but we're like, I'm gonna say the wrong thing and blow this. So can you touch on that just a little bit? And I mean, I feel like I know a little bit of what you're going to say to that, but I would love to hear your take on that.
Well, I mean, just a general rule to start conversation with anybody is to give them a compliment on something that either, if they have their kid with them, compliment something about their kid. If they have a cute outfit on, compliment about that. You're in, maybe you're in line checking out somewhere and they're getting something that you love, compliment them on that, and that can start a conversation. But where if you're talking to strangers and you're trying to, gosh, this person I think would be fabulous at Plexus, and you don't want to vomit on them. Y'all do not vomit, do not make it weird, okay? But sometimes I will find a reason that I need to follow up with them. Oh my gosh, if you're buying something and it looks super cute and you're thinking, gosh, I wonder what that looks like on, or where are they wearing that to, or are they going to a concert or something? Oh my gosh, would love to hear about that concert, or would love to hear about that. We should connect on Facebook. And so, you can reach out to me and tell me all about that later. I don't have business cards, y'all, but you can pull out your phone and add them on Facebook immediately. And I met these ladies at the spa. Here's an example. Okay. When the new the Omni PGA here opened in Frisco, I went to the spa there with some friends, and we met these other ladies that were there. We're all there. It's brand new. They hadn't worked out all their kinks yet, so we all were like complaining about some of these kinks together, right? And so but we got to talking, and it was a mom and daughter, and the daughter, her job was trying out new spas. Like, I'm like, dang, they're missing out. Like, they need to be on their best behavior over here if you're going to be telling everybody about this spa, right? But they didn't know that. Like, so she's, we're all like having this great giggle together. And so I'm like, I gotta know about all these other spas you're doing. We need to I need to know who you are right now. But I mean, and I got her information. And y'all, do you not know it? But the next day at one of my Plexus coffee chats, she and her mom were there having coffee. I bet, were you there that day? Was that not the funniest thing ever? I was like, I know those girls.
It was. You were like, those are the same people I just met yesterday at the
Yes.
spa.
It was the funniest thing. So anyway, so now I am dripping on them constantly. So here's the after effect, the after thing, right? After you meet somebody, you've got them on your Facebook, and you're not really friends yet, right? Like, we're just, I make sure that I like and comment on all her posts. The mom is now like traveling the world. So I've got to like see all her stuff. I want to know about all the stuff that she's doing in Rome and all these places. And then the daughter just went to another spa in Colorado. I'm like, dang girl, tell me about this one, And so I have not said a thing about Plexus, but I am making sure that they know who I am, and I'm not going to forget who they are. And the time is coming. I know the time is coming. And my goal is for both of them to be on, y'all, they will be on my team, and then they will be they will be sharing Plexus at all those spas. So when you're friendly, when you're genuine, and again, it's that attraction marketing. Be a friend that somebody else is needing. But I do have a lot of people on my team, y'all, that are looking for community. They may not need extra money. They may not need, they may bring pretty good help, but they do love our products, but they really just want the community. And for them, that is success. And I will compliment them and their efforts and what they're doing all the time, because I want them to know that they're not failing just because they're not promoting. Does that make sense? And I also feel like all y'all that have been here for a long time, there is a gold mine in your back office of people who have stopped using Plexus. And I will tell you, I signed up 5 people last month, 3 the month before. I've already got 1 this month, and I've got 4 on my funnel that all used the products and stopped. Okay. These are all comebackers. Okay. And we can get those comebackers easily because they remember, I did feel good. You got to remind them, but they did feel better when they took Plexus. They did have fun at all the things. They did love, Plexus when they did it that
I love that. I told an Emerald just the other day that she has a diamond team sitting in her back office. I said, your diamond team is sitting in your back office.
Right there.
And I mean, obviously, you're going to gain outside people outside of that, and you're going to grow with them as well. But I think often we do neglect our back office, and we think they've quit, so I got to move on to someone else. And we are at a phase in our business where we used to say that phrase all the time, Alicia, that it's easier to give birth than to resurrect the dead, but I don't really believe that anymore.
Things have changed.
Our businesses go through different waves, right? It goes through different time periods, and we are definitely in a time period to bring people back. People are looking for it. I have had so many people rejoin just in the last little bit, so that have just restarted, recommitted. They're like, I know I felt better. I want to feel better again. And so I think I love that. Babette said she does have a question about that. Ask away, Babette.
Yeah, so that's an excellent point. I'm glad you actually brought that up because I do look at my back office as a warm market. I have two business builders that have stopped working the business, and they have people under them that have stopped ordering products, probably because of the example you provided, that they don't see their upline posting anymore. They don't see the excitement from their upline. They're like, okay, well, maybe they're not doing it anymore. I guess I won't be doing it anymore. And so I am, in fact, trying to work on resurrecting that warm market, as I call it, that's already in my back office. So since we don't have welcome pack special pricing anymore, talk to me a little bit about having people cleared out and rejoining. If they were signed up as a brand ambassador before, and they haven't added anybody, I think that's an easy one for me. It's kind of a no-brainer because I can save them money right away when their annual renewal comes up or just before it does. But if someone is already a VIP and they haven't ordered in several months, kind of talk to me a little bit about that, just a few, ideas and thoughts. And also if I'm looking at someone to renew for my warm market and their annual membership did just process, say like last month, I totally missed it, and there's process last month, it's too late for me to do them already, right? Because they have to be inactive for 6 months, including their PAM. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I did just get one credited that went through. And I reached out to my RSM and I said, I can get this girl back, but I think that we need to credit her annual membership. And it was obvious she hadn't done anything in the year between the last one. So it was a little, it made sense. And if you have one of those, just get with Jana and Amber and they can probably get their RSM if it's like just gone through, to get that credited so that they can then sign up. But I would definitely encourage, the $10 off. People don't understand that people that aren't like us and in their back office and seeing all the pricing all the time, they're not gonna know they're not getting as good of a deal. They're not gonna have a clue. They don't know the pricings of welcome packs went up. They don't know that, unless they're like us and we're doing this all the time, right? They don't know that. So I would say, I've got a promo code for you. I don't ever really tell what it is until I get them in conversation. I've got a promo code for you to come back. But they also get the free water bottle when they come back, and then they can qualify for the fast start if they are a brand ambassador, from before. Now they can qualify for fast start if they start over. I mean, and I get that you're wanting to resurrect these teams that people that have just left, but I would put your oxygen mask on you first.
Yeah.
Or you do that before you go resurrect them. And I would go find those people on your termination report. Now, if you go back there, this termination report's pretty new. If y'all haven't looked at it yet and you've been around a while, I encourage you to go back there and do it. You have to change the month. It will only show you after commissions close for that next month. So like, commissions haven't closed, so you're gonna look at August, okay? Because I don't think commissions have commissions closed yet. Or they probably will here in a minute, but anyway, I would pull up August for your termination report, and then I would look on there and pull up your level ones and do yours first, and then I would taproot into other teams. Does that make sense? You want to make sure that your level ones that are growing you wide, that you've taprooted into them, and then move on to those people that aren't working their business anymore. Are they going to just change to a VIP, or are they like terminating and going away?
Yeah. I'm actually working on my level ones first before I go into those. So yeah, that's great. Okay.
Okay.
And when you say if their annual membership has just gone through, like within the last week, 2 weeks, like what do you feel like is the most reasonable time frame?
I would say within the last month, if it hadn't been.
Okay.
But
Okay. Perfect.
but also I would look to see, and a lot of people don't even realize their annual went through. If they don't look, I'm just saying, they don't even know that it did. I mean, how many people do we have that have paid their annual every single year, like since 2017, and have never ordered? I'm not going to say I can get any of that credited for them. I mean, anyway, but I would give them that option to start over with a $10, my promo code that I have just for them, with a free water bottle and an option to grow the business. I will tell you, listen, your termination report is under your business column on that left side when you pull up your back office. I'll tell you, I got a fast start silver on the last day of the month. Y'all want to know how that happened? I had a friend and I was posting about our challenge that we have going on right now with the Black Cherry Lime. And this is a friend that has joined me several times over 10 years. And she's, started on the products, but never stayed consistent. And then started again. I'm doing it this time. And then this time I was like, you got to promise me that you're going to do this. Like, you got to stay on the products. She goes, girl, I'm doing it. I said, okay, well, if you have 3 friends right't you can get $300 back. Like, you're going to make around $300. She goes, oh, and she was at the University of University of Tennessee football game when she's texting me. She goes, I don't have really good service. I'm at the game. This is the last day of the month in September. And so I said, okay, well, just text me. Here's what I need. And I just sent her that little graphic that shows what we need to sign somebody up. I'm just assuming the sale. I'm like, here's what I need. Give me this information. I'll do it for you. She goes, okay. And then I'll give you, she goes, I'm going to get it for Kenny, her husband, and then 2 of her daughters. And y'all, it was as easy as all of them committing to do it together. They're all doing the Black Cherry Lime Hunger Control. They got several different kinds of lean. They're so excited about all their products. They've got different kinds of active coming. They got a couple of Metaburns. They've got some triplexes. So like, they just got this great group of products, and they've all committed to doing it together. They're all out of the same household, but it fast started her silver. And now she's like, well, that was fun. Like, what's my next step? Okay, your next step is senior silver. And I will tell y'all, don't make it too complicated on people. Like I said, okay, your next step is 10 people. Your first step was 3 people. Your next step is 10 people. And then you're going to get another bonus. You're going to get a fast start bonus, 150. Oh my gosh, you get another $300. Like, plus your other, if people stay on. So like, getting them excited about what's to come, even if it's a little goal. Don't say, guess what? If you get 4,500 points, you can be diamond. They're gonna be like, what? That is like they cannot even fathom that. And I remember for me, in my growth, I did not know when I was a ruby how to get to diamond. I was like, how do I get to senior ruby? Like, what's my next step? Oh, it's senior ruby. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. I could not even think about it because it was overwhelming. It was too much. So try to keep those goals shorter and smaller. You may have somebody that's like, I'm going all the way. I need to know what I need to do for diamond. And you're like, well, okay, well, here's, the comp plan. Like, look at the whole thing. But let's talk about your goals for right now. Let's get you to fast start silver first, right? That's just 3 friends. That could be your husband. That could be your neighbor. That could be your mom or your sister. Let's get you there first. And they see that quick success, and they're going to want to know what the next step is.
I love that. And also, don't always, I know we love to restart people, and obviously that's our goal, right? We want to restart people. We want to earn leaders retreat, but sometimes it isn't possible if we can't, for some reason, if their PAM is paid and they're in there, but we still get points from them, right? If they come back and they place their order, they set up a new subscription. Ultimately, our goal is to grow in this business. Our goal is to rank up, right? I think oftentimes we do lose sight of that because, we chase the dangling carrot, which is great. We all want to earn leaders retreat. I'm just as in it as you guys are, but don't forget your ultimate goal, right? Don't forget the big picture. We want to grow. We want to rank up. You want to get to emerald and beyond. So, there's such a wealth in everybody on this call that I'm looking around. All of you've been around for a while. You have people in your back office waiting to come back. They're just waiting for you to ask. They are truly just waiting for you to ask. So utilize your back office, and that termination report is a great report. You can mess with the month, find the month, and then you can see people that have already been terminated. you know, they're no longer showing up in your back office, but you still have their information there on that termination report so that you can still, sometimes I saw a guy the other day that Steve and I signed up from our old church. And I mean, I had not thought about him in forever. He ordered like within our first year, and I saw him on that termination report. I was like, oh my goodness, Anthony, like I totally forgot he ordered for so long. I need to reach out to him. So a great way to jog your memory. So,
And that report, just how they get to be on that report is if they haven't ordered or their PAM has not gone through in 2 years. So those two things have to have happened. They haven't ordered any products and they haven't paid their Plexus annual membership, their PAM, in 2 years. So that's how they get put on that report. You're still going to have people in your back office that maybe haven't ordered, but their PAM has gone through, or something. But that's the general rule of thumb for people that make it on that report. And it's helping us to clean out our back office. And that termination report is something that we all were like, oh no, you're not taking people off my report without telling me who you took off. And that's where okay, we'll make y'all a termination report. So I'm like, yeah, that's gold mine right there. We need to know who those people are.
it really is. And Linda, as far as your question, it does include other levels. It's not just your level ones. So that may be who you're seeing. Does it include retail customers? I don't feel like it does.
Notice that, but you will have, like, I have a ton of level ones that I don't know, and you're probably in the same boat, Linda, because people have fallen off and their people have rolled up to me and I don't know them, but you can still reach out to them and say, that you have them on your report and you wanted to follow up and give them this opportunity, this option to jump back in at a discount, and you would love to help them.
And you can also scroll over, Linda, if you'll scroll over a little bit, you can see who the sponsor or enroller is, and hopefully that's helpful as well.
But it might say you, and you're like, no, I don't know this person, but that just means they rolled up to you.
I think it is only level ones though. Sorry, I was misspoken on that. Karen said, what verbiage are you using with the termination report? Do you have anything in particular that you're using?
No, I mean, I don't have like a script or anything. And that's one of the things we talked about this week at Gold School, or this weekend, is needing a script. You don't need a script. You don't need somebody to tell you what to say. You need to do a voice message if you can, or just, talk from your heart and say, hey, I'm excited to see that you're on my report as somebody who used to love Plexus. And I just wanted to let you know that I have some great options for you if you're wanting to come back. We have a great holiday line. We have, just tell them what you love about it, but don't feel like you need to have a specific script to say. And I think that holds us all back. So we're like, well, I don't know what to say. Well, what would somebody say to you to get you to come back? What would somebody say to you to get you interested in looking at the holiday line? And y'all, with the holiday line, why that's such a big deal? And Michael D'Arminio, our marketing guy, he told us, in Mexico that, we can thank Starbucks for our holiday line. We can thank, these makeup companies that have holiday lines. And yes, it's products that we don't sell all year, but it gets people a reason to come in or try us for a different reason. And then we can talk about other things that we have, just like, pumpkin spice lattes or whatever at Starbucks. Maybe somebody really likes pumpkin spice, but they don't really like Starbucks, but they know they have it there. So they're going to go there, and then maybe they will start to love Starbucks. Do you see what I'm saying here? So like, it just gives everybody a reason to come and try us that maybe they hadn't before, but that could be a good reason to bring somebody in. I mean, it could be, if they haven't been here for a couple of years, they probably haven't tried Active. They probably haven't tried the Black Cherry Lime Slim Hunger Control that we're all having some really good results with now. So I would just be yourself and talk to people. The thing is, it's hard if you're not like their Facebook friend or something to get a hold of somebody that doesn't know you and to text somebody that doesn't know you. Most of the time, they're not going to answer you. And don't feel bad for that. It's just, you're like, you get a text from somebody you don't know, and you're like, oh, I don't know this person. It's okay. I mean, I had a girl that is a level 1 that's rolled up to me that literally orders every month, that like took me almost 6 months of reaching out to her for her to finally respond. I'm like, oh, I was afraid I didn't even have the right number for you because I've never heard back from her. And finally she did. So don't give up on people. Timing is everything. If you've gotten a no before, it might be time for them to say yes. Economy and the inflation right now is insane. People need extra money. So, lead with the business if you can. If you've never done that, don't be scared of it, because everybody's looking for a plan B or something to help them out and get through Christmas and get through holidays and not have to put, everything on a credit card. Because I've been there, I've done that. It's not fun paying that off. So,
Yeah, I love that. I think sometimes we get so hung up on, we think we need a script, and honestly, I mean, that's just an excuse. Like, it's just an excuse that we use to procrastinate even further from doing the work that we know will get us where we want to go. So don't wait around for a script. You know how to talk to people. You know what to say to people. I'm just as guilty as the rest of you. So make it personal. Think about who you're talking to. A lot of times what I do is I try to go back even and find old messages between me and that person, even if they're years old, and try to find, what did we talk about? What did they start on? How, what was my follow-up like with this person? And then that's going to help you be able to craft a message, to them to help get them back. So, all right. Anybody else got a mess or a question for Alicia? Everybody's found their termination report. So there you go. It really is scroll back, go back the different months and see all the people you're not, no longer seeing in your back office, but you have all their information right there in that termination report. Such a great tool to use to reach out to people. And the really cool, they're terminated. You don't have to get them cleared. They're already cleared. So you can just sign them back up. All right, guys. Well, thank you, Alicia. I appreciate it. I love, love, love for people to know their upline. I know most people already do know you, but just for them to get to know you a little bit better, hear you speak. And so I just thank you for taking the time to hop on with us tonight. And thank you guys for joining us. And
thank you, Alicia.
Sure. Love y'all.
All right, guys.
Our daily selfie with Jack in the morning.
I'm sure we will. On the road. Yeah. We'll be on the road.
On the road.
It'll be a travel selfie.
Oh.
Thanks for hosting, Jana.
All right, guys. You're welcome.
Bye.
We'll see y'all soon.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Bye.